Hey, personal finance fans. Today we're going to go over three changes to your life that will put $10,000 extra in your pocket. So let's get started. We all love streaming services. They offer us promos for a free week, or if we buy a product, they give us a free month or two of their service. And then we start to binge on their shows and we fall in love with their services and we never cancel them. But that starts to add up. I mean, if you see right here, it's so easy to have all five of these services on the screen. You're going to pay $600 to the company and in sales tax. And this starts to add up. This is how these companies are able to give us free weeks and free months. We give them billions of dollars based on our behavior. One quick way is to just cancel all these services and you'll save $600. But if you're like me, you don't want to do that. You love the series that are on here and you want to keep watching. So what's another option that we can do? Well, it's simple. You rotate the services. And what that means is that you do not keep all of the services for the entire year. You may discover one of these you absolutely have to keep. So for example, we're showing here that let's say a family wants to keep Disney Plus year round. So fine, let's keep the 12 months of those services. It's still $90, that's okay. But the other services, let's only keep them for 3 months each. So we'll keep HBO Max, we'll subscribe to it, keep it for 3 months, binge on all the shows that we love, then we cancel it, and then we order Netflix, and then just keep repeating that every 3 months. By doing this, you always have two services. You have your Disney Plus, and then you have another one. You miss out on nothing. You're still able to keep all of your shows. You might watch them a little bit later than you planned, but you're going to save a ridiculous amount of money. Whereas all of the services are $600 a year, these are only $218 by following this strategy. You're saving 63% from the base cost. That's $382 in your pocket that you're going to have. Now let's look at change number two, eliminating banking fees. The average American spends over $300 in banking fees, and this is not talking about credit card interest. These are just fees to the bank for either maintaining your account, going to the ATM, or overdraft fees. Now, I know that I don't pay anything in banking fees, so that means one of you out there must be paying over $600 to make up for my shortfall. So one, thank you, but two, you got to stop doing that, everyone. If you start looking at what the average American earns, that means they're actually going to work 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a year just to give money to the bank in fees. So I know that CEO that's flying around on their vacations on their private jet definitely appreciates you doing that. So how can we get rid of this? Now, one thing I do want to say is I don't want to be insensitive if someone just doesn't have enough money to avoid fees. But even if you are short on extra money, perhaps to avoid some of these fees, there are actions you can take that will keep you from paying them, but they'll put more money in your bank account to help you out. So it's a win here. So what's the way of doing that? Well, you need to get informed and adjust your behavior. You need to look at your monthly statement and actually understand how much are you paying and what are the rules to avoid these bank fees. Now, it's possible these rules might be a high level that you can't hit. So for instance, maybe you need $2,000 in your account in order to avoid a fee and you can't hit that. That's okay. Reach out to your bank and understand, are there other banking checking accounts that you can move to that can allow you to avoid these fees? Maybe you need to switch to another bank. So look into those because I guarantee that you can find a bank account that will allow you to avoid these fees. For ATM, come on guys, we need to plan ahead. Let's not use that ATM at the convenience store that's charging us $4 and $5 to get access to our own money. By thinking ahead, getting to our bank, you can pull that money out at a free ATM and avoid that. And if your bank doesn't have an ATM in your area, well then go to another bank. You need to find ways of not avoiding these charges so that you don't get taken advantage of. And on overdraft here is look into overdraft protection. While you still are going to have to pay for that, so I'm not a fan of that, if you do sometimes run into where you maybe write a check or you have a debit transaction that will take your account below zero, overdraft protection fees will be lower than the other fees that you will find you're getting charged. If you can get rid of these, obviously you're saving $329 a year. Okay, everyone, the last change. We need to pause on the online impulse buys. So first off, what is an impulse buy? It's basically something that you're buying that you didn't plan to. You bought it on impulse. So for instance, you think about it, you're at the grocery store, you're waiting to pay, and you see either a pack of chewing gum or a gossip magazine, and you pick it up and you buy it. You didn't need it, but you decided to buy it on an impulse. This is exactly the type of behavior that you see online. And it's hard to believe, but Americans spend $2,000 each with online impulse buys. So it's a very expensive part of your budget. And you think about it, it's no surprise. Either you're on YouTube and you see a video game review and it's really easy to buy, so you buy it. Or maybe you're on Instagram and you see an outfit or some shoes that you think would look great on you. There's a link right there, so you buy it. This is what they're counting on. And that's why they also make it so easy for you to buy. You know, they offer one-click buying, or they entice you with free shipping, or they tease you that this is a one-day deal. Act right now or it's going to be twice as expensive tomorrow. So you're actually saving money to buy. This is what they're counting on. This is why marketing and advertising exist. They want you to buy something that you don't really need, and they want you to act right now. So how can we do a better job with this? I'm just going to ask you, wait until the next day to buy. That's all you need to do. And then it will get away from the impulse. It allows you to reevaluate and decide, do I really need this? So for instance, fill out that shopping cart and just wait until tomorrow to come back and then hit the buy button. You'll still need to buy things. I'm not saying don't buy, but just wait and you might decide the next day you don't really need that on second thought. Or perhaps maybe bookmark that social media post or page. Come back tomorrow and see if you need to do that. You know, I guarantee if you do that, at least 1/3 of your buys will be canceled, and it might be much more than that, but let's just say it's 1/3. Well, at that point right there, you're going to save $620 a year on average. This really adds up. So let's kind of recap what we've gone over today. You know, if we do a better job with streaming services, you're going to save 382. If you can eliminate those banking fees, it's 329. Eliminate some of the impulse buys, 620. So for the 1 year total, you're going to have $1,300 extra in your pocket with very little sacrifice on your part. You still saw all the TV shows that you wanted to. There were no changes in your banking except there's more money in your pocket. And really, you only bought what you really needed, or even you still had a few impulse buys on the side, but you eliminated a lot of them. Guaranteed you didn't miss out on anything, and there's $1,300. So how then can we get that up to 10,000? Well, it's really simple. You need to promise yourself you're going to put that $1,300 into an investment account. Don't take that $1,300 and go buy something. That's exactly what we're trying to get away from. You put that in the investment account, you get an 8% average return. So you put it over there, you forget about it, and every year you keep putting $1,300 more into that account. In 6 years, you're going to be just shy of $10,000, and you didn't do much, and you have this extra money sitting right there. Well, anyway, I think that you're kind of learning here. If you act smart, you're going to be getting wealthy in the long run. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want, I do other videos like this, or I talk about my own personal finance journey. So there's a link right here you'll see being advertised to one of my other videos. If you enjoy it, please watch this other one. I think you'll get something out of that as well.